Across Africa, innovation and ambition are never in short supply, from tech startups in Lagos to agri-businesses in Nairobi and fashion brands in Accra. But one challenge continues to hold many back, and that's access to funding. For many entrepreneurs in Africa, the journey from an idea to a thriving business is a steep climb, not because of a lack of vision, but because of a limited access to finance. Frequent policy shifts and unclear regulations have weakened investor confidence, making funding unpredictable for African businesses.
When you make something mandatory, then it moves things much more. And I think that growth of local capital is essentially one of the most important things we have to do as a continent and also specifically as countries. And I think the other part is the tax incentives, right? Especially for angel investors, like what we're talking about today.
According to the African Development Bank, Africa's financing gap for small and medium enterprises stands at over $330 billion, yet the continent remains one of the fastest growing investment frontiers in the world. However, securing funding from foreign investors has proven to be quite a task.
From the investor side of things, there is obviously a risk perception across Africa, and if you're new to the ecosystem, firstly, Africa, 54 nations, even with here in Nigeria, you have multiple regions that are very different from one another, and if you're going to be a global investor coming to the continent, you need to be here on the ground. And that can be first from an exploration standpoint, but if you're going to invest, it should be investing in collaboration with local investors and fund managers.
Angel investors and networks like the African Business Angel Network are helping bridge Nigeria's funding gap by backing early-stage startups and mentoring entrepreneurs. However, limited awareness and access means many small businesses remain unaware of these opportunities.
I do still think that there's a little bit of a kind of esotericity or exclusivity that we put around angel networks that is just unnecessary and unhelpful. So I think a Congress like this, I think, more sort of gatherings that are semi-formal, informal, that allow people to connect with angel investors, to connect with angel networks. I think the work that people like you are doing to kind of bring this kind of thing, I don't know, I wouldn't even expect this is the kind of thing that would make the news, right? So I think this is also important work.
Access to funding in Africa remains a challenge, but it's also a story of opportunity, resilience, and transformation. In Lagos for News Central, I am Chamun Dabeng.